Today we're going to show you how to install our BAJA design Squadron Sportsman kit, and it comes with the mounting brackets, all the mounting hardware, and all the wire and harness that you need to properly install it, and you can do it probably in your own garage without having to solicit any help. So the first thing that I recommend you do to make this install a lot easier is you install the bracket on the main mounting bracket, and this one is going to install in this fashion, facing forward on the bumper, inwards like this on the bumper. So the first thing I do is I put the brackets on, tighten them real well, and kind of put them in a parallel position to the bracket. Then next, I go ahead and attach the lights to them. And don't tighten them all the way because you want to make sure they're lined up properly. So the second step that I recommend you do is you put the lights on one by one by the supplied hardware and make sure that they are facing this way, where the tip of the light or the harness is coming out of it, the connectors coming out of it is upwards towards the bracket. And for a clean install, when it comes to electrical, I like to keep things a little neat. I like to go ahead and zip tie these together in this fashion. The wires are covered with a hard, kind of a rigid like rubber, so it's no problem. And I'm gonna go ahead and do one here together and one up at the end, so we limit movement when it comes to electrical components. So it would be best if you do them in this fashion. It's up to you if you want to use any zip ties, but I prefer it to limit movement. And this kind of keeps it clean, neat, and it's kind of moving all the wires in the proper direction. So guys, we have the other side set up and ready to go. I want to show you, we're doing a 2-switch setup for my buddy's truck over here, and I want to show you how this plugs in to the pigtail and it goes along on the other side. So this is your driver side, this is your passenger side, and you're looking at it this way, it's going to mount this direction. And what we're doing is we're hooking the side lights with the driver, and we're leaving the spots on their own switch, and I'll show you how that connects. So there's your pigtail, and if you could look over here, it's watertight. It's not made to go underneath water, but it's watertight for weather and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're connecting the driver along the driver light along with the corner light, and what we're going to do is connect them through our pigtail, and then the pigtail will go into this connector on the original wire. If you can see over there, they go together. What we're going to do is I'm going to install them and then connect these. I'm not going to connect them here because I would have to take them apart. To give you a tip to make this install easier, it's just trial and error for me, is when you're putting the bolt through, make sure you put it this way towards the front of the truck and then secure the nut and the washer on the back side. This will make it a lot easier access to tighten it properly and get it going. We went ahead and routed the harnesses around and underneath and then up, and we're going to piggyback them on the winch wiring that we've done on the previous install. But you pretty much do the same thing and get them close to the battery, and then just make sure you have them neatly tucked away and away from anything that moves. So what's going on here is it took me a minute to figure out which set of wires. So Ford has 2 different sets of wires that you can tap into your auxiliary switches. There's one back there below. Those don't actually work for the switches. You want to get to these. Also, these are the vampire clips is what we call them. You need to be looking for 2. I've already put one in place real quick. There is a green and white that's a 15 amp, and then there is a blue and brown. And the way you can tell too that they're a little bit thicker to the touch than the other sets of wires. These are the 2 wires that we are working with. Another thing is that we wanted to tap into a ground that was close by. So I found this ground over there. You take the, I use the 16 millimeter socket. I moved this out, and then the ones supplied with the BAJA design kit are a little too tight. So I went ahead and cut this out just a little bit, pulled it apart with a set of pliers to make sure that it fits around the ground back there, and then I'll put the nut back on there and secure it. It's a pretty simple process. You just need to make sure, you can always look into your owner's manual and make sure that you have the right set of wires. I had these tested before I go ahead and finish everything out, but this would be a really quick tip for you to make this install easier. So guys, this is the finished install. I'm going to show you the side of the wiring first. You could see I like to keep everything clean. I like to, having too many zip tabs won't hurt, but doing them in the right places, making sure nothing is moving around. Everything is tucked away. Remember, using the ground properly. I had to splice the two ends of the ground and put them underneath here. Remove this little nut on top of them. Slide your grounds in, put them back on as you've seen earlier. These are the installed lights as you see them. I have them tentatively angled where I think they should be. However, we're going to bring the truck down on the ground. We're going to turn all the lights off and just use the wall in front of it to make sure they're angled properly. So these are regular headlights. This is the pair, the driver and the S2s. These are the spots. These are the winch lights. And that's the S2s, the drivers, and the spot without headlights on. This is with headlights on, and there's still one with winch on as well. And that's all of them on. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any comments or you have any questions or need help with your install, you can always reach out. Reach out to me or any of my team members. Are always available pretty much 7 days a week. I'll post a link for the lights in the comments below where you can order them and some information about them. And we will see you guys next time.